Hello to the one person. Waiting for a few people in here. What's going on? Hey, what's up, man? All right, so I got a few of you guys in here, probably before it goes down to three or four people. So wanted to join. Hope you guys can hear me. Wanted to join here quickly on a live to say that there is a brand new video out on Childhood DVD Fan. I just filmed it last night. It is my updated Drake Bell autograph collection. It is grown quite a bit over the years. I'm very happy with the direction that the collection is growing. And if you are an autograph fan, I highly recommend checking that video out. It's my newest video on my channel, Childhood DVD Fan. I even include the videos of Drake signing them. The ones that I couldn't include the videos of, although I included photos of, was of the recent one that I went to when I saw him a little over a month ago at the Nyack, New York show. Um, because there were some people in the background at the meet and greet that I didn't want their faces to be shown uh, on the internet. A few of them in particular. So I went with photos for those instead, but they're legit. These include my first time from 2019. Let's see, three or four, four times from 2025, and then once from this year so far. Although you never know what could be down the line. So um, yeah. So hope you guys will check that video out. I don't really have much of my comments up on Childhood DVD Fan. Only my recent videos. But leave a comment. Like the video, subscribe, Childhood DVD Fan. I'll try to be back there a little bit more than I have in the past. You know, um, my next video, probably. I'm not sure. What exactly. My next video is going to be. I wish that it could be based on this cool package that I have coming in the mail from a very good friend of mine that actually does have some Drake and Josh and Drake Bell merchandise in it, but I'm not actually allowed to show that on the internet for private reasons. So it's unfortunate that I can't show you guys what this person's going to send me. But it's something that will be adding to my collection. I'm very excited to get that in the mail. Um, you know, and yeah, you know, um, but yeah, go check out the newest video on Childhood DVD Fan of my Drake Bell autographs. There were over 40 of them in the video that I did last night, which that room, I'm in my main room right now, and actually, I don't even have air up here because the air broke in my mom's, because I live with my mother. So her air broke on the upstairs a while back, which we're hoping to get fixed tomorrow, actually. So it's been very hot upstairs. The air is working downstairs, but all my rooms and important stuff are upstairs. So filming in that room last night was extremely hot. There was no fans in there, whatever. In my main room, I've got too many other things, whatever, so I couldn't move. The videos and all the stuff that I showed in that video that I filmed last night for Childhood DVD Fan that's live right now in the main room. Had to go to the separate room for that one. So I was glad to get out of there once I was, finished filming there. Yeah. So hope you guys will like the video. I got some recent, Drake things in the mail, recent older autographs that he signed for CDs. And unfortunately, I will let you guys know that I had recently found a legit copy from 2014 of Drake Bell's Ready Steady Go album that I had worked out with the seller. I had seen this on the internet for quite a while on a um website called Depop, where it's kind of like a mini, store that people sell, like an eBay kind of thing, whatever. So I worked out a deal with the seller for 27.50 for this Ready Steady Go signed Drake Bell CD from 2014 that he signed during his time when he released the album in 2014 and went on mall tours, and signings, whatever. If you guys remember those back in the day, malls are pretty much dead. Well, I mean, the mall, honestly, the mall that's closest to me might be the most dead mall in the entire world, honestly. But I'm not going to say what mall that is because I don't want to give my exact location away. But there are still some malls that are good, whatever, but you don't really necessarily see a lot of celebrities and people doing mall signings anymore. That was a huge thing in the 2000s and a little bit into the 2010s and whatever. And so Drake was kind of at the end of that thing. So, this girl had, met him and had gotten the CD signed right around the time that he put it out. And so I had worked out this deal. And then unfortunately she messages me, and I haven't seen the pictures or the video because she tried to send me a video, but it didn't work out. Whatever was going on with her email. But unfortunately, according to her, um, she had stored this CD at her father's house, you know, and she went there to pick it up to obviously get it ready to ship to me because I had paid for this. And unfortunately, it was in the basement and it wasn't properly stored. Where it should have been. And it already had a little bit of damage of it to begin with. I was aware of that, but unfortunately, water had gotten on this case. And if you guys are aware of what Ready Steady Go looks like on CD, it's already like a cardboard type case. It's not one of those um hard plastic ones like Drake Bell's Telegraph and It's Only Time albums. So unfortunately, according to her, the CD got completely soaking wet. And so I've been waiting to see the pictures because I believe her. I have no reason not to believe her, but I would like to see just for myself. So I'm still waiting on that. But she already refunded me, so it's very disappointing that it seems like that's not going to be one of the things that I'm going to be getting. I was hoping to add that to the collection. But that is one of my goals. The next time that I plan to see Drake, whenever that is, that I bring the Ready Steady Go. Um, because the one that I got had been signed on the inside in black Sharpie, but if I, see Drake next time, whatever, I plan on getting it signed on the front in gold because there's an LP version of that album on eBay that is signed in gold that I think looks really great. So I think that that would be a good piece to get signed by him to kind of complete that CD tree, you know, um, because I have multiple copies of you know, uh, Telegraph. I have like 3 or 4 signed Telegraph original 2005 CDs. I have 2 copies of It's Only Time, so it would be nice to add to that by getting Ready Steady Go signed on CD. So yeah. But yeah, so obviously I have my eye on other stuff as I always do with Drake autographs. I've kind of been a nerd as far as studying his patterns over the years and how he has changed his autograph style a little bit. I like can be most confident in his autograph and help people out as far as like if they ask me, hey, is this legit or not? I think that I'm kind of a good person to as a reference point with somebody that has over 40 verified Drake autographs that I could tell people, yeah, that looks, like that's legit or no, that's bullshit. So whatever, it's a cool little thing, Yeah. Um, but yeah, uh, please go check out my newest video on Childhood DVD Fan. I just put it out earlier today. And it is, of every Drake autograph that I have in my collection so far. At the end of the video, I included, the videos when I could, and photos and stuff like that. And yeah, uh, you know. And if you guys have seen that video, if anybody who's watching this live stream right now has actually watched that video, I'd love to know if you have a favorite um, from that video at all. I know that I have a lot of duplicate copies in there. Like I have a lot of different versions of the best seasons one and two, three and four. Go Hollywood, Suddenly Brothers. Like it's not like I tend to get a lot of duplicate copies of the same things. I have like Drake's nonstop flight print signed multiple times. Obviously the Drake and Aaron Carter picture. So you know, I do plan on the next time I see Drake bringing uh an item like each of my items because I usually bring about 4 or 5 items because he's been really cool about signing multiple things, because he obviously knows me from a lot of different, ways. But I plan on, that one not bringing anything that I had gotten signed previously, something different, to spice it up a little bit. Like one of them is the Ready Steady Go. That's my plan. That's one of them. I mean, obviously I'll bring the Drake and Aaron picture. That's always my tradition, as I said in the video. So I have 3 of the 5 or 6 autographs already picked out for when I see Drake the next time, whenever that is. But one of them is the Ready Steady Go. The other one is the Drake and Aaron picture, and then it was the Brazilian copy that I had gotten not too long ago from um childhood. Hang on one second. All right, sorry about that. Um, so let me restart. Um, so uh where was I? So there was so Ready Steady Go is one of them. Um, you know, uh the other one is the Drake and Aaron picture. The Brazilian copy that I had gotten of Drake and Josh Partners in Crime uh on DVD. That's going to be one of the ones that I want Drake to to have Drake sign. I'm hoping that Drake kind of looks at that and isn't familiar with that DVD because it's a very rare DVD. And uh, you know, it would be cool if he kind of was like, what's this or where did this come from? I'm sure he probably doesn't get a lot of those copies to get signed by people, especially in America, because that's the one that actually has the Gary Grill episode on it. And that is the one that you know, my buddy Jeremy from Random Kid hooked me up with. So, and I did see another DVD of that, um, you know, um, selling on eBay around 200 bucks. I thought about possibly getting into buying that again because there was a point in the although I haven't tested the episode again, I should. There's a point in the episode where the audio skips in the Gary Grill episode, right when the parents are going to the bars, the jail bars where Drake and Josh are held up at, where they're kind of running in, all that stuff. I have to kind of test that again and see if that's still there or if it was just a weird thing with my Xbox, whatever. Um, but yeah, uh, so yeah, um, that's I'll have to think of what the other two are going to be as far as what I'll bring next time. Yeah, another there you go with the Drake and Josh quote. I know that there's been there's been some people watching this, but there's been very limited interaction. So I guess it's just one of those times where maybe it's not the best time for people watching live streams or whatever the case may be. Um, but yeah, if you guys have any thing you want to say about the new video I put out or whatever, I will say this and I will address this very lightly because I want to be very careful on how I approach this. Hang on one second. All right. Anyways, got one of those things. So I want to be very, very careful on how I approach this because I don't really I have an idea, but I don't want to give away the idea. But anyways, let's just say that right now, if you guys have been noticing, that Drake has taken down his post on Instagram and has, changed his profile picture multiple times. Let's just say that he's okay, but let's just say that there may be some things going on behind the scenes, changing with his music and other ventures that would be an explanation for why that's been happening. So before anybody talks about that, I don't want to have a deep discussion of that, but I am aware of this. You know, um, so I want to just get that out of the way before anybody brings that up. Okay. Um, but hopefully, keeping my fingers crossed that things will kind of come back to normal at some point. As far as that. So yeah, so that's that. Um, and you know, um, once again, if you guys have anything, if you've watched the new video that I put out, do you have a favorite autograph of Drake's that I showed in the video? Nobody has written in here if anybody has seen that video, um, what their favorite is, or what they might think is cool. So yeah, but I hope you guys have been having a great day. It's about 5 o'clock, at least in my area, on this Thursday, um, on the 21st of May. So, yeah, I'm just going to quickly read back over some of the comments because I know there's not too many of them in here. Um, Thanks, man. I appreciate that you're going to check out the video. Yeah, there's not really a whole lot of comments going on. I mean, I know I came on here to promote the new video that I had been putting out. So, yeah. Uh, hey, Andrew, what's going on, man? I know it's crazy, man. That Drake's gonna be 40 years old. That is fucking just that's so wrong, so wrong. That time has to move that fast. I mean, you think about this, guys. I mean, Drake and Josh was basically half of his life ago. For all of them, really. For Josh, for Miranda, for anybody that was a part of that show, it was literally half of their life ago. Like, it wasn't just like, "Oh, it's only been a few years," or what no. It's been literally half of their life, you know? Drake, was let's see, he had just turned 20 on the 27th of June, and they ended the show on July 11th of 2006, so he was barely 20. Josh was 19 at the time. Miranda was 13. Uh, Jonathan was 42. No, 41. Nancy was let's see, like not even 40 yet. I mean, you think about how long it's been, guys. I mean, and this doesn't even yeah, they came back for the Christmas movie, yeah, but come on, Yeah, it's yeah. 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 You know? So, that's what and what bothers me, I'm 26 now. I was like 6 years old when the show actually ended, and then stopped airing, in 2007. And then when they came back for the Christmas movie, I was not even 9 at the time, you know. So, yeah. Yeah, no, the actor who played Scott, the actor who played Eric Scott, I can't even pronounce his last name properly, Halberstadt or whatever. Yeah, he was almost 30 by the time that he was playing Eric on the show. Alec, who played Craig, was way younger than him. So yeah, but crazy, man, just crazy that that much time has gone by, And the thing is, guys, I hate to say it like this, but I have to say it like this because whatever. I know that people are always constantly wondering about reboots and or this, that, and the other. Like, I'm telling you guys, if it was something that actually was realistic, and if it was actually something that was something that could could have happened, it would have already happened by now. There's been way too much time that's gone by, you know. So For the people that still, ask about reboots or revivals of the show, like, to me, I think way too much time has passed. Way too much time. But honestly, I'm glad the show really never did have an official reboot or revival. I think that them even coming back for the Christmas movie a year and a half, 2 years after they had already ended the series was more than enough of a gift for us. So, you know, um, I, I would be very, very content and very, very um, happy if there never is a reboot. I think that just too much has changed. I think that it would be extremely weird timing uh to do something now, especially. Uh yeah, I'm very, very fine with leaving that all in the past and just remembering what it once was. Well, that's yeah. We don't need to get into the whole Josh and Drake thing, but yeah. Well, yes, that is another thing. That's the thing that most people don't want to necessarily have a discussion about. But yes, that's one of the things. But it just has to do with the fact that, Nickelodeon has this thing that by the time actors are around 20 years old, they're not really kids anymore. So, they kind of want to market their, actors and actresses, around the time, until about then. And then after that, it doesn't necessarily fit the image they're looking for, you know. They'll obviously have older actors and actresses to play certain roles on shows, but they're not the lead person. So, yeah. So Drake and Josh being the leads coming back for something at 40 years old is like completely backwards of what they would want, you know? I agree. I said it from the beginning that that iCarly should have never had a reboot, or if they did, it should have been a different name. I said that way back then. People wanted to say I was stupid for, being against the idea, but we all saw how the reboot turned out. We all saw. And for them to leave their audience on such a cliffhanger, just the ultimate second fu in my opinion. But yeah, yeah, totally. Don't really know what that comment means, but okay. Let me catch up here, see what I'm missing here. All right, I don't know what your deal is, but goodbye. Exactly. I agree, man. I completely agree. I mean, there's very, very few times that a reboot actually makes sense, in my opinion. Very few times, you know? Because the thing is with me is that there's no guarantee if you do something a second time that it's going to go the same way the first time went, you know? It's almost like you go on this date with this girl and you have a fantastic time the first time. But, you don't know if you're, uh going to be able to commit to this person or not. You're not certain if they're, fully compatible with your life and your whatever, they're cool, you enjoy being with them, but there's just a lot of things going on. And then, some time has passed, whatever, and then maybe you get back together, just to catch up, whatever, and she's moved on to, somebody else, or you could just tell it's not what it was before. So that's kind of how that's kind of a weird way of looking, I guess, how reboots kind of are. In my opinion, there's no guarantee that just because something works the first time that it will work the same the second time or even more. Sometimes things don't work out the first time and work the second time, but generally when a show is popular in Nickelodeon and then it comes back again in a full scale, usually it's not what it was the first time. That I can say for sure. That I can say for sure. But anyways, guys, I'm probably gonna hang for about 5 more minutes. And then I'm gonna probably get going once again. Go check out the new video on Childhood DVD Fan. That is my second channel that I run, where I actually show off, my collection and talk about things and whatever. Um, so if you guys could, go check out the new video on my updated Drake Bell autographs, go give the video a like, maybe leave a comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. That would be great. I'm hoping with that channel before 2026 that I get close to maybe around 2,000 subscribers for that channel, because right now I'm about around 1,500. So, I'm not thinking I'm going to get 2,000 by the end of the year, but if we could get, maybe 1,600 or 1,700 before 2026 ends, that would be great. Yeah, well, when it comes to his Facebook, I'll message you privately when it comes to that, because that's not exactly accurate, but we can have a conversation privately, because you know you know who I actually am, so we can talk about that privately. But yeah, so um but yeah, uh if any of you guys have watched the new video, let me know if you have a favorite autograph that I showed off in the video last night. That would be nice to hear. I mean, I've had a little bit of feedback. I'll check right now to see if I have gotten any new comments or anything on that video. I only have like about 4 or 5 on that video, so not too much, which is fairly normal. Yeah, nothing yet. Um, so yeah, but yeah, hope you guys will like that video. I know, Miranda, like I said, she was 13 when she ended on Drake and Josh, and then went to her show not too long afterwards. So the fact that she's only in her, early to midish 30s, yeah, but yeah. Um Ugh, I don't know about you guys, but here on the East Coast, we had a huge heat storm, for like a week or so. I mean, it was pretty brutal, very brutally hot. And just about a day ago, it finally calmed down. It finally got over with. And I was just like, thank God we're back to the early 70s right now of weather. Like, it's not like a saucepan up here with no air. That'll hopefully be fixed tomorrow. But just in general, I'm like, oh, thank God this heat is gone, you know? So, yeah. But I'll be hanging around for about 2, 3 more minutes. If you guys have any final things you want to say, any final questions or anything like that, you know. Oh yeah, yeah. It was not fun. Not fun at all. Not fun at all. Which is ironic because I was originally from Texas. You would think that I would be used to this, but I had to leave Texas when I was 3 years old, but no, never really got used to the heat, So brutal, brutal. It's one thing when it's hot, it's another thing when it's humid mixed in with hot, you know? Like if it's just hot, yeah, that sucks. But if the humidity's way up, mixed in with the heat, forget about it. Forget about it. Like I can handle hot on its own, but when you mix it in with like a shit ton of humidity, that's when I'm like miserable without the air conditioner, or miserable without a fan. And then here's the other part that sucks. My air conditioner in my car is actually broken. And who knows if I'm able to get that fixed. So I'm having to look into possibly getting one of those because I have a Ford Explorer. I have one of those old fucking, 1999 Ford Explorers, whatever. I mean, it's a nice car, but it's old. It's older than me. So I'm having to look into getting one of those like portable fucking fan things that you plug into a one of the vaults in the car just to like, whatever, keep me from like, having a freaking heat stroke in the car because my freaking AC is out. Because I had this thing with my local body shop where they just are not the smartest people, and so I don't really have many options to bring my car to for issues like that. But whatever, it is what it is. Anyways, guys, so gonna be wrapping it up. Um, and if you guys have any final things you want to say or whatever, feel free to say them now. Go check out the newest video on Childhood DVD Fan. Yeah, so which is my updated Drake Bell autograph collection. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Humidity is the worst part. Even when it's like cold outside, I hate when it's like freaking really humid. But whatever. Anyways, so I hope you guys have enjoyed this live stream. I know that, there have been some people, and I do appreciate the people that do actually engage in here. I know that there's a lot of lurkers that are just watching just to watch and don't say anything. That's fine, whatever. But I really appreciate those of you who came in here. Please go check out the new video. That would, give it a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, Childhood DVD Fan, if you haven't yet. And I will promise you guys that the next video, whatever that is, will not be 2 months from now. It will not be that long from now. I will think of something to come up with to be the next video sooner than then. So anyways, guys, I hope you guys have a good night. Go check out that new video if you haven't seen it yet. And hopefully I will hear from you guys soon. Anyways, guys, hope you guys have a good night. This has been Drake and Josh Superfan, and this has been Childhood DVD Fan. Hug me, brother. So long, everyone.